Most people don't lose money in the stock market because they are stupid. They lose money because they are human. That truth is uncomfortable, but it's real. The stock market is not designed to reward intelligence, hard work, or even good intentions. It rewards discipline, patience, and emotional control. 3 things most people never fully master. Every year, millions of people enter the market with hope in their eyes and confidence in their decisions. And quietly, steadily, they hand their money to those who understand the game better than they do. The first mistake happens long before anyone buys a stock. It starts with a lie people tell themselves. This time will be different. They believe they can outsmart a system that has existed for over a century, powered by algorithms, institutions, and investors with unlimited capital. Social media makes it worse. People see screenshots of massive gains, overnight success stories, and bold predictions delivered with absolute certainty. What they don't see are the losses, the years of underperformance, and the emotional damage hidden behind those posts. This creates a dangerous illusion that the market is easy, predictable, and fair. Once inside the market, emotions take control faster than logic ever could. Fear and greed become silent decision makers. When prices rise, people feel smart. They buy because everyone else is buying. They don't want to miss out. They don't want to be left behind. So they enter late, at inflated prices, driven by excitement rather than understanding. Then, when prices fall, panic replaces confidence. Suddenly, the same asset they believed in yesterday feels like a threat today. They sell not because the fundamentals changed, but because their emotions did. This cycle repeats endlessly. Buy high, sell low. Not because people don't know better, but because knowing and doing are 2 very different things. The market tests emotional strength relentlessly. It moves without warning. It punishes impatience and rewards those who can endure silence, boredom, and uncertainty. Most people cannot sit still while their money does nothing. They feel the need to act, to trade, to fix something that isn't broken. Activity feels productive even when it's destructive. Another reason people lose money is overconfidence disguised as research. Watching a few videos, reading a few headlines, or following a popular account creates the illusion of knowledge. People confuse information with understanding. True understanding takes time, humility, and repetition. But the market doesn't wait for anyone to be ready. So people act early, act often, and act emotionally. They believe they are investing, when in reality, they are speculating. There is also a deep misunderstanding of risk. Most people say they understand risk, but what they really mean is they understand the possibility of reward. Risk only becomes real when losses appear on the screen. At that moment, theory collapses. A 10% loss feels manageable in conversation, but unbearable in reality. A 50% drawdown doesn't feel like a number, it feels like failure. And when identity gets involved, rational decisions disappear. The market doesn't care about personal stories. It doesn't care how hard someone worked to earn that money. It doesn't care about dreams, pressure, or expectations. It moves based on supply, demand, and sentiment, nothing more. Those who treat the market like a casino usually experience it like one. Those who treat it like a business slowly learn why patience is the most expensive skill in the world. Most losses don't come from one bad decision. They come from a series of small, emotional decisions stacked on top of each other. Chasing trends, ignoring risk management, refusing to admit mistakes, hoping instead of planning. And perhaps the most painful reason of all, people listen to everyone except themselves. They outsource responsibility, then wonder why the outcome feels out of control. This is not a story about failure. It's a story about awareness. Because the moment someone understands that the market is not their enemy, but their mirror, everything changes. The stock market simply reflects behavior. Impulsive behavior gets punished. Disciplined behavior gets rewarded over time. The tragedy is that most people only realize this after the lesson becomes expensive. What makes this even more brutal is that the market rarely punishes people immediately. It gives just enough early success to build confidence, sometimes even arrogance. A few lucky wins convince people they have talent. They start increasing position sizes, taking bigger risks, believing they finally get it. The market lets this illusion grow because it knows something most beginners don't. Luck always runs out before discipline runs in. Then reality arrives quietly, not with a crash, but with small losses. Losses that feel temporary. Losses that invite hope instead of caution. People hold on because selling would mean admitting they were wrong. And being wrong feels personal. So they wait. They average down. They listen to optimistic voices that confirm what they already want to believe. Confirmation bias becomes a comforting lie, and hope becomes a strategy. That is usually where serious damage begins. Most people underestimate time. They want results fast, not because they are greedy, but because they are impatient. Modern life trains people to expect instant feedback. Clicks are instant, messages are instant, entertainment is instant. But wealth is slow. The stock market operates on a timeline that doesn't care about human urgency. Compounding works quietly, almost invisibly, rewarding those who can wait without reassurance. Most people cannot tolerate that silence. There is also a silent pressure nobody talks about: comparison. People don't measure success against their own plan. They measure it against other people's outcomes. A friend made more money. An influencer doubled their portfolio. Someone online turned a small account into a fortune. Suddenly, steady progress feels like failure. So people abandon good strategies for exciting ones. They trade consistency for adrenaline, and adrenaline is expensive. Another overlooked reason people lose money is complexity. They believe sophistication equals intelligence. They chase advanced strategies, exotic instruments, and complex charts because simple ideas feel too obvious to be profitable. But complexity doesn't protect capital, simplicity does. Most wealth in the market has been built through boring decisions repeated over long periods of time. People don't lose money because they don't know enough. They lose money because they try to know too much, too fast. The market is also unforgiving to those without a plan. Without rules, every decision becomes emotional. When to buy, when to sell, how much to risk. Without clear answers decided in advance, emotions fill the gap. And emotions are terrible portfolio managers. They chase comfort, avoid pain, and prioritize short-term relief over long-term success. A written plan feels restrictive, but in reality, it is freedom. Freedom from impulsive decisions that quietly drain capital. Many people believe diversification will save them, but diversification without understanding is just confusion. Owning many assets doesn't eliminate risk if all decisions are driven by the same emotion. True risk management is not about spreading money everywhere. It's about knowing why each dollar is where it is and what would make you change your mind. Most people never ask themselves that question until the market forces it on them. Another uncomfortable truth is that people bring their personal psychology into the market. Someone who avoids conflict avoids selling. Someone who seeks validation overtrades. Someone who fears regret hesitates until opportunity passes. The market amplifies personal weaknesses. It doesn't create them, it exposes them. And exposure without self-awareness is costly. The hardest lesson for most investors is accepting that being wrong is normal. Losses are not a sign of incompetence. They are a cost of participation. But when ego refuses to accept small losses, they grow into large ones. Pride turns manageable mistakes into permanent scars. The market is generous to those who admit mistakes early. It is ruthless to those who argue with reality. Most people enter the stock market to make money. Very few enter prepared to lose money. That imbalance creates unrealistic expectations. Losses feel unfair instead of educational. People search for someone to blame. The market, the news, institutions, anyone but themselves. Accountability is rare, and without it, improvement is impossible. The stock market doesn't need most people to fail, but failure is the natural outcome for those who treat it casually. Success requires intention, restraint, and emotional maturity. Not brilliance, not prediction, not secret information. Just the ability to do simple things consistently while ignoring the noise that distracts everyone else. At the deepest level, most people lose money because they misunderstand what the stock market actually is. They think it is a place to prove intelligence, to win, to be right. In reality, the market is a system of probabilities. It does not reward certainty. It rewards alignment with long-term odds. People search for answers, but the market only offers outcomes. And outcomes are shaped by behavior over time, not by single decisions. The most dangerous belief is that success comes from prediction. People want to know what will happen next, which stock will explode, when the crash will come, where the bottom is. This desire for certainty creates endless stress and poor decisions. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Nobody knows what will happen next. The most powerful investors are not better at predicting the future. They are better at preparing for multiple futures. They build portfolios that can survive uncertainty instead of trying to defeat it. Another reason people fail is they ignore costs that don't feel visible. Fees, taxes, slippage, bad timing, emotional decisions, each one seems small. Together, they quietly destroy returns. The market doesn't steal money loudly, it leaks it slowly. And because the damage is gradual, people don't notice until years have passed. By then, the opportunity cost is gone. Time, the one resource that cannot be replaced, has been wasted. There is also the illusion of control. Clicking a button feels powerful. Watching charts move creates the sense of participation, but most control in the market is an illusion. Prices move for reasons far beyond individual influence. When people believe they are in control, they take risks they don't need to take. They trade when they should wait. They interfere when they should allow time to work. True control comes from process, not from action. People also underestimate how much discipline compounds. Avoiding a bad decision is often more valuable than making a good one. Not losing money is a skill, and yet, it receives no attention because it doesn't feel exciting. Social media celebrates gains, not survival. But survival is the foundation of all long-term success. Those who stay in the game long enough give compounding a chance to work. Those who blow up early never get that opportunity. The market rewards humility in ways that are invisible at first. Humility allows learning, it allows adjustment, it allows patience. Arrogance demands constant proof. Proof comes from short-term results, and short-term results are noisy and unreliable. People who need to feel smart today often sacrifice being wealthy tomorrow. Most people never define what enough looks like. Without a clear goal, every outcome feels unsatisfying. Gains feel too small. Losses feel catastrophic. A clear objective provides emotional stability. It anchors decisions. Without it, people chase numbers instead of building wealth. And chasing numbers is endless. There is always someone making more, faster, louder. The market does not punish people for lack of intelligence. It punishes people for lack of self-control. It punishes impatience. It punishes ego. It punishes emotional decision-making disguised as logic. These traits are common, not because people are weak, but because they are human. The market simply amplifies human behavior at scale. Those who eventually succeed learn a quiet truth. The real work is internal. Managing fear, managing expectations, managing reactions. The charts matter less than the mind watching them. Once someone understands that, the market becomes less threatening. Volatility becomes information, not danger. Losses become feedback, not failure. Most people lose money in the stock market, not because the system is rigged against them, but because they never adjust themselves to the system. The market will never adapt to human emotions. Humans must adapt to the market, and only a small percentage are willing to do that work consistently, without applause, without excitement, and without immediate reward. In the end, the stock market is not a test of knowledge. It is a test of character. And character is revealed not during winning streaks, but during uncertainty, boredom, and loss. That is where most people break. And that is why most people lose.